Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with us, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. So this lesson is about reharmonization. That means we're going to take an existing song and we're going to find new chords to play over the same melody. Now, that means that you're probably going to need to already know about chords and keys and probably intervals, and probably have already several songs that you can play well enough that they actually sound like the song. But even if you can't do that, you might pick up some interesting theory bits along the way. So feel free to join us. The goal, though, is not this song. It's not about the song that we're working on. It's really about taking the concepts you like, the reharmonizations, the substitutions that you like from this lesson, and then applying them to other songs that you already know how to play. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside, so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense, but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's going to happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson when you find that little thing that you're going to practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Kloppel Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. And thankfully, I think that's about all we need to cover before the lesson. So if you'd stick around afterwards and fill out the survey, I would love your feedback. But for now, let's have some fun and make some music. Okay, that kind of worked out. That was a random reharmonization, and now we're going to do a more systematic one after I introduce you to the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what, Jamin? I had a song that came out, like, today.
Came out, meaning, like, released on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
all
cool.
over the place. It's called Angel on the Moon.
Angel, wait, is that the one?
It's the one.
That's,
It's the one. It's the one.
okay, we just played that one a second ago.
Uh-huh.
In the future. Okay, cool.
That
Fantastic.
was not at all confusing.
So
yeah.
go search for Angel on the Moon, Kendra Dantes, on the interwebs, and find her beautiful song.
Oh, thank you.
We just played it like 30 seconds ago, and I don't remember how it goes.
It's okay.
But
it's
I'm sure that's not
understandable.
surprising. I care.
Thank
my
you.
memory
It's
doesn't
okay.
work.
Don't worry.
All right.
You're playing like a million songs. That's fine.
Yeah. Just so much musicality floating around up there. It's impossible to hold on to. Well, anyway, let's try this song. I want to start with what we did last week, so you know, like, what our jumping off point is, because the thing I just did a second ago is where we're wanting to end up. But hopefully, if you did last week's lesson and it made sense and you got time enough to practice it between when you watched that and when you're watching this, you'd be able to play these chords in that order at the appropriate speed, and along with the track, it would sound like the normal thing that would be something like this. It's pretty fast. D minor, B flat, G minor, D minor, B flat, D minor, A, then D minor, B flat, A minor, D minor, B flat, F, C, D minor, D minor, B flat, G minor, D minor, B flat, D minor, A, D minor, D minor, G, A, and then maybe end it with a D minor. We didn't do the second half of it on the reharm thing, because that's going to be plenty right there. That's a lot of chords. So that's kind of our jumping off point. If you can't do that yet, this next part probably isn't going to make sense, but I don't know, some of you guys like to hang on anyway and just like just listen to what it sounds like and maybe steal a little chord or something out of here. So anyway, whatever you want to do with this, but we're going to start right there, and the first thing we're going to do is just add in the note that is a whole step to the right and a whole step to the left of the root of the chord. So starting with a D minor, this is a D minor right here, and that is the root of the chord because it's D minor. So D is the root of the chord. So we're going to play, instead of that note, we're going to play the note that's on both sides of it by two half steps, or one whole step. So one whole step to the right of a D would be, well, that's a half step, and that's a whole step. So that note right there. And also the note that is a whole step to the left, which would be half step, whole step. So those two notes instead of that one. Now, I'm still going to play a D probably in the left hand, so this D is still going to come out. But instead of playing this chord right here with the root right there and in my left hand, I'm going to play these notes right here. Now, technically, the names of these are the 7 and the 9 of the chord, so this would be like a D minor 9 chord if you want to sound fancy. But really, that's the sound we're going for right there, whatever you want to call it. So that'd be our D minor 9 with the 7 and the 9 in there. Or if you want to, you can play these notes in any order you want. So you don't have to play the 7 and the 9 and the 3 and the 5. You could play the 3 and the 5 and the C up here and the E up here. So you could play those ones. So that'd be like, well, there's the 1 of the chord, the 3, the 5, the 7, the 9. And that's still a D minor 9 chord. So anyway, that's how you find the notes that you want to play, and then you can play them in any order that you want, whatever's most comfortable. So that's a D minor, and then we do the same thing with a B flat. Now, this is one of the chords that we're going to actually just go a half step to the left. We're still going to go a whole step to the right, but we're just going to go a half step to the left. So right here, we've got our B flat chord, 1 half step to the left, and a whole step to the right. Right there. So that would be our B flat chord. I'm going to play a B flat in the left hand down here. That's the B flat. We would call that a B flat major 7 or a B flat major 9. So we have the D minor, B flat. For those of you who are wondering why, because we're basically in the key of F. And so we want to try to not violate the rules of the key of F. The rules for the key of F are just only B flat. So if we want to play the note that is a whole step to the left of B flat, we'd end up on an A flat. And that kind of violates the rules of the key of F. because the key of F is supposed to be all those notes. So we're kind of going one note to the left and one note to the right inside the key. Kind of. So we got D minor right there, B flat, and then A right here, and this is one of the kind ofs. Instead of playing the next notes over inside the key, we're actually gonna go a whole step up from this one anyway, right there. So we're gonna still play that one. That's an A minor. We're gonna go a whole step in both directions and play that right there. That's gonna be our A minor or A minor 9. So D minor, B flat, A minor, D minor. I know, I can hear you already. How come we didn't violate the rules with the B flat and we did violate the rules with A? Because I said. If you really care, then ask me. I'd be happy to tell you one-on-one. But as far as this lesson is concerned, I don't think enough people care that we should go into it for right now. So they just want to know what are the right notes to play. Those ones, those ones, those ones, those ones. We only have 2 chords left, I think, in the song, maybe 3. So the next one's going to be a B flat after that. And then an F. So we're going to go 1 note to the left and 2 notes to the right. We're staying in the key of F for this one. We're not violating the rules of the key of F. So those notes right there, that'd be our F, an E, a G, and an A, and a C. And then C. The C, for the C, we're gonna go a whole step in both directions. We're not gonna violate the rules of the key of F for any other chord except for A minor and A. All right, cool. So whole step in both directions, half step, whole step, there we go. That one would be called a C7. And then our D minor. D minor, B flat, G minor. Cool, we haven't done this one yet. This one and the A might be the last chords we need. So here's our G. We're gonna go a whole step in both directions. So half step, whole step. There we go, that's our G. So this is a lot of chords that we're doing here. This might be too much for you to take in. Your assignment might be to just take 1 or 2 of those chords, maybe just the D minor and the B flat, and just try playing those, incorporating those to the thing you're already doing with the chords. That's a totally legitimate assignment. Okay, so we got D minor, B flat, A minor, D minor, B flat, F, C, D minor, D minor, B flat, G minor, D minor, B flat, D minor, and then this A right here would be this chord. We're gonna go a whole step in both directions. Right there. So we play our A like that, and then back to D minor. If we just do that, we're playing all the chords we already played, except now we're adding in the 7s and the 9s, it would sound something like this. D minor, B flat, A minor, D. That's the A, and then we'd go around again. And then maybe end it on the D minor. All right, cool. So we really haven't reharmonized it yet. All we've done is add the 7s and the 9s in there. And usually at this point, we also add in the 5 of any chord before it. I don't know that we're going to need to do that because pretty much right now we've already got all the chords we could possibly have crammed in. There's not any like spaces where there's like, what do we do here? We know what to do at every moment. It's another chord every single moment. So we're just going to jump right into this thing, and then we can add in some 5s later on if we need to. I'll show you how to do that. But the first thing we're going to do is alter the extensions of dominant chords with a sharp 9, a flat 9, a sharp 11, or a flat 13. So this is actually kind of perfect for this song. We've got a C chord. That's a dominant chord, meaning it's a major chord, but we went a whole step in both directions, like that. So that's a dominant chord. It's a major chord with a 7 and a 9 that are a whole step away from the root. And also the other one that we have that's like that is the A chord, because it's whole step in both directions. Now the B flat chord is a major chord, but we only went half step down, so that's not a dominant chord. The F that we had was also a major chord that we started with, but we only went half step down for that one. So the C and the A are the only two that we have in this one that would be considered dominant chords. That means the 7 is not a half step away, it's a whole step away, and the original chord is a major chord. So then let's try this. We're going to alter let's start with the 9 on these chords. So this is a C chord. We go a whole step in both directions, and this note right here is the 9. We're going to talk about that. That's the 7 and the 9, and that's the 3 and the 5. So this is the note that we're going to alter. We can either sharp it, or we can flat it. So I'm going to try a flat for this one. So I'm going to play my C like that. It sounds terrible. I love it. So that's going to be our C7 flat 9, because we flatted the 9. And then let's do the opposite with the A. So we have this A right here, and we said that's our A7. And then we're going to sharp the 9 right there. Oh, yeah, that's even worse. I love it even more. While we're at it, we might as well throw in this thing right here. This would be like a flat 13, the note that's half step above the 5. Yeah, or if you already know where the 13 is, you would know that that's the 13. So we could flat the 13 right there. So it's got a sharp 9 and a flat 13. We altered that one a whole lot. So it's gonna be our A. So we're gonna play D minor, B flat, A minor, D minor, B flat, F, C7 flat 9, D minor, B flat, G minor, D minor, B flat, D minor, A7, sharp 9, flat 13. A7, sharp 9, flat 13. Cool. And C7, flat 9. All right, so let's try that along with the track. Maybe just the first half of it so you can hear how that C7 with the flat 9 goes and how the A7 sharp 9 flat 13 goes. All right, let's try it. So that A7 with a sharp 9 and a flat 13, that's a whole lot of fun. So that's what we're doing with dominant chords. Again, the dominant chord is the one that is a major chord, but it's got the lowered 7 on it. It's not a half step away to the left. It's a whole step away to the left of the root. Okay, so that is already a whole lot of stuff that we've done. We've already gone over the let's see here, the dominant chords, how to play all of the major and minor chords we have in this one, and then we've altered some stuff already. We're starting off on a really cool reharm for this thing, so I think it's the random point at which we would say, let's go ahead and call this the intermediate version and get into some more crazy stuff right over here. Here we go. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.